When you encompass every factor that makes a camera good and fun, the Canon R5II is the best camera I've ever used. Does that make it perfect? No. I made a list, actually, of everything I hate about this camera, and this list will determine if I sell it for penguin meat tonight.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
We're on the Canon R5II, of course, with the EF 24mm 1.4. I have a light cascading its effects upon me and a blue light back there that's barely on. So I've been using this camera for about a month, every day, multiple times a day, and I've gathered the info. I know everything wrong with this camera now, and this is the list. This might hold you back from buying it through my own affiliate links. I bring it upon myself, that kind of pain. The first thing that may or may not be an issue for you, I've noticed it, crushed blacks. Every time I go out there and I film a red-winged blackbird, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna lift those shadows. Where's the details of those blacks? I don't know what it is about this sensor, if it's because it's stacked. I don't know. The dynamic range, it's not good. The blacks are crushed every time. If we look over here in the corner and you're lifting, oh, look at those. I don't know, man. Like, there's something about the blacks. There's no detail in them. So I don't know where I put this camera on dynamic range terms. A7S III was probably better, but like this is the best Canon mirrorless camera for a dynamic range because it's the only one with C-Log 2, but like the blacks are crushed. The next thing that may or may not be a deal breaker for you, not even really measurable by science. I don't know how to measure it, but this camera does not have a very cinematic image. I don't know why. Probably just because my lighting sucks and I don't know what I'm doing, but like when I'm out there in wildlife, I never come home with magical footage that I'm just like, wow, what a moment that was. Like, it's good, it's sharp, it's clinical, there's just something about it. It's not cinematic. I had a guy comment and he was like, I bought the R5II and I had to return it. It was bullshit versus my Panasonic G9 II. It just wasn't cinematic. I'm like, yeah, whatever, buddy. Now I'm in his shoes and I'm smelling the funk coming out of my own body. And I'm just like, yeah, he's right. Shit. Ah, that sucks. It's painful, but like whatever. Like when you get slow motion street videography of people, it's just like, wow, that's nice. It's really nice, pleasing look. It's not cinematic. Couldn't be a movie. Netflix would never approve this, but like whatever. That brings us to the color science. I am a huge fan of Canon colors. I've filmed myself on everything in this exact spot, no matter what. Every time, it's always Canon's the best. I don't care who you are. But there's some times where I'm out there and it's just like magenta hell. I don't know what it is. The white balance, like I could probably have tweaked it and add some green. I hate doing that, where you're just like trying to fix green to magenta hues. So like sometimes you'll see it. I saw a little comparison, this versus the C80, and the C80 had much better colors. I don't know what Canon does, little hammers, little hammer. Your time is not now, okay? You're not even, I have you only. You won. You won the war, okay? I'm only Canon. I'll never change. There's a deal for a Fuji XS. You see that deal? Wow. When it comes to using the camera, we've been over this, so I'll just tell you briefly. It's annoying that I have to turn certain features off to access other features. It would be much better if I could just turn the feature I want on and you automatically turn the one that's on off for me and then tell me zebras have been turned off because you turned off peaking. Yeah, thanks, asshole. I don't even want, and let me turn that box off in the menu system because I don't care. I know what's been turned off. So you can't have zebras and peaking on at the same time. That's annoying. The new annoyance, because I've been vlogging with this thing with digital stabe, now I can't turn on RAW in the menu without getting out, going into my quick menu to turn off digital stabe, and then I can turn RAW back on. That's annoying. It's so many little things like that. Also, right now I have a waveform and it's covering up this giant portion of my head and I can't turn it off with a button. I would have to dive into the menu to see that. That's really annoying. So like, a lot of the buttons cannot be customized. That's a pain in the ass for a $7,000 camera. I cannot remap certain buttons. Just give me a waveform button and let me remap other things. The record button, I use the shutter. I always have. Why would I want a record button? This shouldn't even be on the camera. So let me remap it. I can't. So many buttons that I can't change. You were getting bored of my show, so I turned the light a different color. Oh man. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. The line skipping. When I go out there and I get 4K 60, 4K 120, HD 240, they all look great. There's nothing wrong with it, but they are all line skipped. You can only do 4K fine up to 30 frames per second, and that's like super sharp, and it's like, holy cow. But yeah, like all the other slow-mo modes are line skipped, and they look okay, and they look better than the competition from what I've seen. Like, it's better than Sony ZV-E1. No one was complaining about the 4K 120 in that. This is sharper, so like, what are we even doing? But you will see it at times. There's just artifacts in the dirt, things happen, and it's like line skipping. I got this couple in slow motion. The guy was reaching out to feed a squirrel, and I filmed it way too early. But like, you can see in the dirt, like all these artifacts and color noise, and I'm just like, that shouldn't happen unless it was line skipped, and it's terrible. Now, Canon's not the only one doing that. In fact, every single HD 240 file I've ever worked with has had some type of moire weirdness. So like, it would be nice if we had either oversampled 1080p, 240 frames per second, or at least 1-to-1 ratio type of thing. But like right now we're in some type of line skipped mode, and for the most part it's not an issue, but the odd time it might ruin your shot because of the artifacting. So like, this is 4K raw, line skipped raw. It's not raw at all, but whatever, S-raw, sucky raw. The battery life. I've owned this camera for 1 month, and I've already charged this battery more than all the sex devices in that closet there. Insane amounts. Like, I can't believe how it doesn't last at all. Less time than I last with my sex devices in the closet behind me. It's insane how it barely lasts. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit battery in here for my $7,000 camera, even though I got it for 4,000 Canadian. Just a side rant. I've always said this was the perfect camera, but I was like, but who's gonna buy that? Like, look how expensive it is. Of course it's good. No one said the perfect camera was supposed to cost gold money. So I was like, yeah, of course. But when I found the deal, it was like, okay, then that's like basically cheaper than a Sony a7S III right now. So it's like, yeah, okay, perfect camera. And it's really annoying that I can't see the battery percentage on the screen. Thankfully, I can see it in the menu, but I've had to add that to my menu now, and then I have to go in, tap a thing. Oh, that's how much percentage is left. These bars mean nothing to me. And when it's red and flashing, I don't know how much longer I have. Ideally, if you want to win my love, make that battery percentage a timer instead of a percentage. Just, oh, 18 minutes left. I will end in this mode. 18 minutes in 8K 60. 30 minutes in HD 240. Like, be that smart. Here's something that effed me the other day. I'm doing wildlife. I've finally, thanks to one of you jabrones, you let me know that you can hold a button to turn AF off, and then I can manually focus with peeking on and everything, but I have to hold that button forever. And if I let it go, it starts autofocusing again. Other systems, you just press the button and then press it again to turn off. That's better. I'll tell you why. So I see this squirrel. I am manually focusing on it. I realize he's underexposed as F. I want to turn the EV comp up, but that's also a thumb dial. So I had to let go and then turn the thumb dial to expose up and then back to, he ruined my shot because I'm holding a button. I shouldn't have to hold your hand. You're old enough to cross the street. So there should be an option to hold if you want to, or just press and then press again to turn it back on. I'm annoyed that there's no viewfinder button. Never seen that in a camera, to switch it from either being the monitor or automatically switching or just the EVF. Because when I do street videography, I'm holding the thing here, and then that will turn off the trigger of the shirt, triggers the EVF, turns off my screen. So I have to turn that off in the menu. How come there's not a button? And I can't, I probably could remap only like certain buttons, but like not the one I want. Let me turn the record button into that. but like it should be right on the viewfinder. Why isn't it there? All right, last two problems, and then one thing that I love that I haven't mentioned yet. Stay tuned till the end of the video. No punch in to focus while recording. I don't know how often I really need that, but like it would be nice. There are times where I'm manually focusing, but I feel like the viewfinder is sharp enough and the peaking is pretty good to where like I don't need to punch in most of the time, but it would be nice sometimes to be able to punch in while recording. Oh, minor tweak, punch back out. Can't do that while recording. That's stupid. And last problem, there's no fun effects in here. Every Canon camera I've tried had all these goofy little like old time film and like weird modes, the scene modes. I can't find that in here at all. I think it's removed because it's too professional. Unless it's in there, tell me where the hell it is, because I can't find it. It used to be on the dial, it's like scene mode. And you can film like they were kind of fun. I could do that for boardroom meetings. Don't even have them. Where's all my fun modes? Like that's one of the funnest things about Fuji, especially because they have the best ones, all the film sims, and you get all these different looks. This, like I have C-Log 2, and then I could do HDR. Why do I quote everything today? None of these need quotes. The HDR is terrible looking, and then like your standard profile is just worse than this. Or is it? We're now in faithful, I don't know how to expose this. God, there's zebras all over my face. I'm looking at waveforms. Nothing seems to be clipping, but God, oh, this probably looks terrible. I should not have done this. So like, thanks for removing all my fun scene modes. There's nothing in here now to have fun. So last thing, we'll end on a positive note. I love that Canon separates your files in different folders, one for RAW, the other for normal. And let me tell you why this makes my life so much easier. First, let me tell you why Nikon used to ruin my life. I used to go out there, I'd get 6K 60 RAW, 4K 120 RAW, HD 240, and it would mix them all together. You had no idea there was all these extra files that came with them, little proxy files, and you get them all into your DaVinci timeline. You have no idea which was 6K HD. None of it looked any different, so you had to go through each file if you wanted to label them, like HD 240 at the bottom. Canon, the RAW files all have an extra audio thing. So when I import everything into the DaVinci timeline, I see all the RAW, boom, 8K 60 RAW has the 2 audio files, HD 240 has none, I mean 1. So right there, I can just take all the 8K 60, slow them down by 40%, boom, I know that they're 8K 60. And then the HD, slow it down. So it just makes my life so much easier. I take all the 8K 60, slow it to 40%, take all the HD 240, slow it to 10%, and then I'm done. I can easily create the labels, boom, making my life easy. The only annoying thing is 4K 120 and HD 240 both look the same, so that sucks. But if you just do the 8K 60 and HD 240, you're friends. So not bad, Canon. It's the first camera I've been so excited to use in every scenario, and there's nothing it can't do. The 600mm Tony 11 Prime will be the death of me. I just got a glimmer glass filter for it. Just head out yesterday, so that'll be a video coming. Can we get that to look cinematic? Come on, I went for golden hour. Everything was in our favor. Did it work? Come on. Canon is available through affiliate links in your neighborhood. Bitcoin can be donated. You could subscribe for more videos.